And today, I was building a basketball net in the backyard with Papa Numi, and we spent hours on it because for some reason it was just annoying to put together. And we finally finished it, and Hami's like, yeah, let me know so we could play together. And so it was my dad, Hami, and I. And we were just playing together. And then I was like, oh my God, like, dude, Hami missed so horribly. It was just an air ball after she was trying to dribble and look cool as f. And so I was like, haha, you look like this. And so I tried to do a stupid dribble. And then my running shoes slipped on the pavement and
Welcome back. What was your name?
Thank you.
Natalie Baboingo. Hope you got plenty of rest. And glad you found your ears.
Anyways, I was like, oh, sorry. Just heard a name that wasn't me. Yeah, so I was trying to mock Hami. I was trying to mock her, and I was like doing a little twirl. I was like, oh my God, look at me. And when I spun around, my running shoes, I guess, weren't tied on tight enough. And so it slipped on the concrete and like slipped off of my foot. And so that I slipped and face planted right in front of Hami and my father. And they were like, oh, and I was like, damn, that was really embarrassing. Damn. And then I got up and then I shot a 3-pointer. So, you know, country girls make do, I guess. But then I had a little scratch on me that I had to clean up, and I said, no, it's okay, it's fine, like I still got time. So I washed off my little scratches, and then like when I was gonna shoot one more basket, I went outside, but then there was like a bee, and then I got scared, so I said, you know what, I'm done for today. And so then I went back inside, and then I was waiting for the cabbage to be delivered. I ordered a cabbage for today's stream so we could do the cabbage ASMR for the spin the wheel if we land on it, right? And we ran out of Diet Pepsi, right? Holmes is, you know, Mr. Holmes is my music partner. We all had a New York trip together. It was him, his wife, MJ, and then it was me, and then Avery and Hami. We were the ones that went to New York together, and then we came back to work, you know, and we ran out of Diet Pepsi, so then I added Diet Pepsi to the delivery, a 12-pack of cans, right? And I'm going to put them in to the refrigerator, and I opened the box, and I'm putting them in, and then I saw, I don't know what the hell happened. I stumbled over myself, and then the box like shot out of my arms, and I tried to grab the box. And when that happened, one of the stupid cans of the stupid Diet Pepsi flew out of the box. And before I knew it, I blinked because of the impact. Explosion! Boom! Diet Pepsi all over the fucking floor! The walls! The ceiling! My pants! All I could do was stare for a second and message you guys. It took me a couple minutes to get on the floor and start to mop up that shit because I just couldn't believe. I just couldn't believe that I tripped within like 2 hours of each other. Oh my God, it was pathetic. I'm washed, bro. I'm washed, and so I just sigh. I said to the Numas, damn, I ain't never doing anything nice for a man ever again. I am still like, I could still feel Diet Pepsi all over my arms, bro. I was scrubbing it with soap and water, and then I realized I didn't have a mop. I just had little Clorox wipes, fucking butt wipe, bro. I was wiping the floor with little cubes of butt wipe.
Classic Numi had such a good holiday she had to make up the fumbles at home.
Yeah, That's what you get for getting Diet Pepsi instead of Diet Coca-Cola. We've been into a Diet Pepsi phase, okay? I did use a towel first. I got it, but then the floor is sticky because my kitchen, you know, there's hardwood on the kitchen. And so you have to do it because otherwise the floor is going to be sticky. And so then I was just doing that, but then it was all over my pants. So I had to take off my pants. So there I am, bare ass facing the world, scrubbing the fucking floor. And then what? Get out of here. I hate your ass, bro. Oh, you make me sick.
She got attacked by Pepsi Man. Knew that madman would come back one day.
Well, you know, we had to come back to streaming true Numi fashion. A delay caused by my own incompetence. But, you know, I'm I'm not even surprised. So then I went over because I happened to put some clothes in the dryer. So after I did that, got up, put my pants on, some new pantalones on. I grabbed a couple of the Diet Pepsi cans. I went upstairs. I kicked down the door and I said, Andrew, I'm gonna need you to be a little more thankful today. You don't understand the pain I fucking go through to just give you your damn Diet Pepsi. And he said, I'm really grateful, I think. And I was like, okay, I mean, whatever. He's like, wow, that sounds crazy. Here's your Pepsi, king. Like, God, can you believe this? Brother, he gets married. He's happy living his life. He just wants a little Diet Pepsi. Overtime. He's like, but I had nothing to do with that. I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't even know what's happening to me today. He was like, but I didn't even do anything. It's just... enjoy your Pepsi, Mads. And I was like, I'm gonna start my stream. And he was like, okay. What do you say? What did he say me for? Bro, it was so... But anyways, got the cabbage. I brought myself a Diet Pepsi because I feel like I earned it. I normally don't like to drink Diet Pepsi during stream days because it kills my voice, but it's our first day back. Let's celebrate with a little sip of Diet Pepsi and then something even more healthy, better for my mental health. That's right, a tropical punch flavor of Truly. Thank you. So let's get it. Oh my God, I forgot that one fell on the floor. It like exploded in my... Why? What did I do, bro? What did I do? It's Friday the 13th? There's no fucking way it's Friday the 13th, bro. Are you serious? You know, well, that explains that. Hi, Noombas. Wow. Sorry I didn't stream. I almost died. That was pretty fun. Yeah, so basically the reason why I wasn't streaming was I was taking, I was healing a little bit. I was healing a little bit. I'm so glad you survived. Thank you. I'm also glad that I survived. So, it seems that the gods of nature or something overheard me saying, guys, consistent streams, good stream, consistent stream. I was unaware of the fact that it was Friday the 13th until I decided to press start stream now, you know, the other day. And I was wondering why I was so unlucky. I was tripping over myself. I was, you know, like exploding Diet Pepsi. I thought that would be the extent of it. Immediately after I ended stream, I wanted to play some more basketball because I got the cute little basketball thing set up at NHQ, and I made, dude, I didn't fucking do anything wrong, actually. I did nothing wrong, bro. Me doing something wrong was going outside, I guess. I've been enjoying sunlight. I've been enjoying being outside a little bit more because, you know, I need to get exercises and shit. I don't know, man. I've realized that life is a little better if you can go for a little walk, shoot a couple hoops. I've also been on my basketball love grind because of the Lakers. Also, their past couple wins, I think, happened because of my flops. I made a sacrifice, and I still say worth. Type shit for real, So, yeah, what ended up happening, you see, well, it was, what time was it? It was, I don't even remember, did we end stream at like 8:30? Mama Numi was downstairs, Hami went to go out, so she was gone. Avery was working, and so it was just me and my mom at my house, and I decided to go outside and shoot some hoops, a couple hoops. And I was on fire, Noombas. I was on fire. I kept making threes over and over. I didn't miss a single thing for like 10 shots. And my mom was like, oh my God, you're hot, you're on fire. And I said, yeah. I was, oh my God, like, you know, shit. Like, I just stop. Like, girl, like, oh my God, Mama, let me stop. Like, I'm crazy, I know. I don't like to make a big deal out of it. I was warmed up. I was vibing. I was on top of the freaking world. I was feeling freaky, bro. And then Mama Numi went inside because she wanted to make some pasta. Well, I said, can we get some pasta? She said, okay. So she's making some pasta and I'm getting ready to shoot some more hoops. And I miss, and it flies over a wall. And you know, that happens. What are you gonna do? It's all good. I said, all right, that's fine. Let me run out and let me run outside. So I'm running outside into my neighborhood, and there's a gate at this neighborhood that I've never used before because I've never really been there to that part of my neighborhood, right? And I open the gate and I walk through this gate, and then I go to get the basketball. And I grabbed the little basketball. There was somebody in their car with a baddie. Bro looked at me and I said, you know, good on you, sir, good on you. And then I turned around and I run back to the gate to make my way back to NHQ. And I go through the gate and I try to close the little door. It didn't want to close, and I was like, all right, that's fine. That's a little strange, but that's okay. So I kind of just tried to make it look like it's closed or whatever. And after that, I turned around, and as I turn around, I hear a large crack sound, a boom, crack sound or something. I don't know. It was this loud sound, and I was like, what the f? And then I turned around, and when I turned around, this big 200, 300 pound, I have no idea, iron gate is falling on top of me, and I turn around, I see it, and I say, oh shit. And so I catch it with my hands, because I turned around fast enough to catch it with my hands, and my hands are up, and it's holding the fence, this iron gate, which is a couple 100 pounds, and the second that it hits my hands, I can feel the weight of it beginning to crush me, right? Because it was too fucking heavy. I'm not used to lifting that numbers. I told you all, I don't really have great upper body strength. It's all my abs and my legs. I didn't expect that, but it happened. And I felt it slowly crushing me. And I said, damn, I'm about to get squashed like a bug. This is fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit. And I told you not to skip arm day. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't think it would have mattered if I did have strong arms, because it was more of the matter of surprise and how I caught it, because the way I caught it, I was bent over because it was already collapsing on me. So I'm like under it, trying to lift it up, like Will Stronghold from Sky High when that like bus fell on him, you know? Or like Spider-Man when he was lifting up that thing when Captain America threw a shield at him and he was like, oh shit. Yeah, so it falls on me and I feel it crushing me, and it was so fucking heavy, right? But then my adrenaline kicked in because the human body is insane with the way that it works, and my adrenaline kicked in, and when it started out feeling extremely heavy, all of a sudden it felt super light. And so I easily just lifted it up. I said, holy shit, oh my God. And I'm just holding it up, but I realized that the gate was just kind of snapped off and it wouldn't go back in place. And I couldn't run out because it would fall and hit me. And so I was just sitting here while standing, squatting or whatever, right, trying to keep it upright, trying to make it so it doesn't fall on me, and trying to lean it away from me so that, I could escape. And I was probably struggling against this gate for like 5 to 10 minutes or something. Yeah, it was scary as f, but I managed to push it off of me, and I had this moment of holy fucking shit. My legs felt like jello because obviously the adrenaline was gonna wear off, and I immediately got on the call with my dad. I said, Dad, and he said, what? And I was like, oh my God. And then I run inside and I said, Mom, I think I almost died. And she was like, what? she said, I wonder, you were quiet, why didn't you say anything? And I was thinking about it, and the reason why I didn't shout for help or anything like that was because I was trying to calm myself down, and obviously I was very focused on this gate falling on me. And she was like on the complete opposite side of me, you know what I mean? Like I'm outside away from my house, and she's like in a kitchen. I didn't even think she could hear me, and I was thinking to myself, why would I waste my strength to yell at somebody who can't hear me, you know, when I already felt the adrenaline making it so I could push this gate up. And I think when the adrenaline kicked in, I was reassured that I would be able to lift the gate up. So I just thought I would be fine as long as I got the fence off of me, and it worked. I trusted myself. And my mom was freaked the out, obviously. I asked Nurse Chan if I'm gonna be okay. She just said, yeah, you're probably gonna be a little dead tomorrow because of the adrenaline crash. She was not lying, because that's exactly what ended up happening to me yesterday. But I didn't even realize how heavy it was until the next day when Mr. Holmes came over, because I heard another crash, and the whole entire fucking fence collapsed after that night. And it was all being held up by one pole. It wasn't even held up by a wall or anything. I don't think that shit should have been illegal. I don't know how that passed through. But Holmes was looking at it and he said, dude, this is fucking crazy. This was only being tied to this rusted ass pole. It was bound to fall on somebody regardless of whether or not it was there, because it wasn't attached to any wall or anything. And I had nightmares the whole night. I was unable to sleep because of all of the what ifs. Because despite the fact that I have a small frame, I'm not crazy strong, I still, go to the gym or whatever. I was so scared. Like, what if it was my mom that went through that gate, or Hami that went through my gate? That gate, dude, it was so freaking scary. And when Holmes tried to lift it, he said, holy shit, dude, that could have easily killed or severely injured you if you weren't paying attention. I don't understand how the you lifted that. And I'm like, I don't know how I lifted it either. And I tried to lift it, after the adrenaline went away the next day. It would barely budge. I said, wow, the human body is kind of crazy, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. Got a crazy body, that's what that is. Oh, a crazy body, that's what that is. And I still made a basket after that. I said, you know what? That was for Laker Nation. But, yeah, that was crazy. Almost died. That was probably one of the crazier near-death experiences that has happened to me in my life. Laker Nation appreciates your sacrifice. Yeah, we had one of the greatest Laker games of the season yesterday, y'all. My hubby number 1 and hubby number 2 went crazy. But yeah, it was crazy. Never skip leg day. These bitches try to kill me and they can't fucking kill me, is all I'm saying, boys. Oh my God. I have fucking spidey sense the way that I lived that shit. And then, oh my God, guys, it was so beautiful. I was talking in the Discord and Hamchi flopped in our little competition. I said if I was in the next V card, I would make Natalie a Natalie card, a solo Natalie card. If he pulled a Numi box topper in his last box, he said bet, and he flopped. And then the Lakers won. I think it was a sacrifice that was necessary for the happiness of Numi Nation. Thank you, Hamchi. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You really contributed so much to my happiness, to the well-being of Laker Nation. Thank you, Hamchi. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I woke up the next day feeling so, dude, my legs felt like jello, and I didn't get a single cut or anything because I fucking grabbed it and pushed it off of me. I ate that up. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. But yeah, that was a really scary time. Thank God it was me and not Hami or my mom. My mom was thinking about using that gate many, many times, but felt like it was she just felt off. She just felt there was a weird vibe, so she never went through that gate. And I was like, damn, it's probably a shortcut to get to the basketball, so let me use that gate, because why the f would I assume that it would fall on me? It's okay, I lived. Yeah. It was next to my house. It was like near my house in my neighborhood. But yeah, we lived. many times y'all have been used to me having stories in which I've almost died. And this is, you know, this is another example of life trying to say goodbye, Nihmune. I say no. I say we turn it into more songs to profit off of my almost death. Yes, I have gotten a pole struck into my booby chest and I had a yellow bruise for 2 weeks, but I lived. A giant palm tree fell out of the sky and nearly killed me, but my spidey senses said not today. And then I lived this time because of Laker Nation, and to live to see our fellow Noombas flopping, pulling the Numi box topper, sacrificial lamb for the happiness of Numi Nation. And for that I say thank you. Yeah, guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. You never know when a big iron gate that is hundreds of pounds could fall on you. Always prepare for the unexpected. Do I live in Final Destination? Bro, I may as well be part of that universe with the way I keep cheating death. Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of the love and support and for wishing me well, for flopping your polls for the sake of my happiness. Thank you. I say thank you. But yeah, that was high-key crazy, scary, whatever. But it was a pretty fun time regardless to live and to be able to tell the story.
Since you asked me yesterday and I didn't know, I looked into the requirements for gates, fences in California. Sadly, it looks like that stupid design meets code requirements.
How?
You gotta love when office people with no common sense or practical knowledge make rules for things they don't understand anything about. If you ever wonder why new construction houses suck, this is why.
Is it because it's quicker to build if they just forget a couple bolts and nuggets, bro? Damn. Guys, did you know I have... Does anybody know what it's called? Because I don't. Is it Extra Numi? Extra Numi, where you can get all of my lyrics and other miscellaneous horrid things for free.
Don't forget the feet.
Yeah, feet are also... There's also feet included, but there's also free. Don't forget to subscribe. Rate this 10 out of 10 stars. And give love to Bao.